What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We are back at it here with another Career Mode Series episode with Huddersfield Town AFC. And if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. You guys have been doing a great job of that lately, but on the screen right now, you can see the majority of you guys who watch these videos aren't even subscribed to the channel. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. It does mean a lot. And in this episode today, we are starting officially the championship season with the Terriers. 3 games today. Swansea, we've got a Carabao Cup game against Sheffield Wednesday, and then we actually have our first home game of the season at home in the championship against Middlesbrough. It should be a fun, action-packed episode, and between episodes, I will say I have gone ahead and gone through the squad hub and worked on contracts, restructuring them, making sure players are actually in the correct squad role that we could get them in. And one of the most interesting ones, Karoma actually negotiated to be in as instead of important. He actually bumped himself down to rotational, and honestly, I'll take that. A lot of players have gotten a big pay raise, such as Casimir. He was making around about 8,000 or 6,800 per week. He's now up to 11.5. Karoma up to 11. We got Evans up to 9, but he is a rotational player now. We've got Talbot inked a 3-year extension, so he's now up to 5 years, 10 months. Rotational player at 6.6 thousand pounds per week. We got Poku up to important, who's now making 11.5 thousand pounds per week, which is very nice. Bentley into sporadic for 5 years. We've got Nichols into sporadic for 5 years. We signed our boy Harat to a sporadic deal worth 8,000 per week for 4 years. We've gone ahead and added Ashton. He's actually been bumped to important, our starting left back, for another 5 years. We also went ahead and inked Halik down to important. He was crucial. He's now important, but I do most likely will look to move on from him and actually keep Bulker around, since we already have Beraldo, Conti, and Wolfenden on the back end. So that's a little stuff behind the scenes with the squad in terms of what we are looking at for the future, but we are worried about the here and now right now, and that's enough talking and rambling for me. Let's go ahead and get into the gameplay and see if we can come away with a win at Swansea. Cassidy with the steal. I see Washington. He should be on sides. He is. Into Karoma. We find Job trying to take on his defender. He does well. Oh my god, I thought he missed it. Job Bellingham is actually going to score the first goal of the Terriers season in the championship, and it is a shocker here in Swansea. Beautiful stuff there as Mr. Fix-It celebrates with our boy Healy on the bench, but I honestly stopped commentating because I thought that this thing went wide. But Job Bellingham, fresh in from Sunderland, is able to slot that into the back of the net. Those replays don't really do it justice. But we are up 1-0 here at Swansea with just a minute left in regulation here in the first half. Swansea looking to get that late equalizer. Sorensen is going to come in, corral that ball on the steal, and that should be all they wrote in our first game back in the championship, waiting on that stoppage time whistle, and we do finally get it. That is a massive victory for the Terriers. Pardon me, as I'm just finally blown away that we are able to get 3 points in the opening match. Let's go ahead now and get into the Carabao Cup and see what we can do. He finds Evans. Evans is going to find Job. Back to Evans. Evans has a bit of time and space. A shot put on target. And Healy able to steal that thing back. We find Joe Bellingham on the one-touch effort. And he has both of our opening goals this season. And he's going to hit the Ronaldo on the celebration in front of the Sheffield Wednesday faithful away from home. He does it yet again. And this time with a pretty much backup starting 11. Him and Casimir are our only starting players in the lineup today that are normally in there. I know Healy was a player last year, but on the one-touch outside spin shot, you can see Joe Bellingham, who proves to be potentially one of our best players on the squad, best youth players in the squad, puts us up 1-0 in the Carabao Cup. Healy with the turnover, trying to get something here. Can he bury it for his second, or actually his first goal? For some reason, I thought he scored the first goal. It was actually Job Bellingham. Healy now burying it into the back of the net. You can see Declan Talbot in for Job Bellingham here in this game. And man, oh man, the pressure is on Sheffield Wednesday as they turn it over to our boy Healy, who was our MVP player from last season. You could chalk it up to him. Or, I'm drawing a blank on his name, Herbie Kane, for MVPs from last season. Healy gets it done here today, makes it 2-0 in the Carabao Cup away from home, and we need to keep the boys buzzing. The season against Middlesbrough, and we've got stoppage time now left in this Carabao Cup. Great stuff by Bentley. That was a beautiful move taken out on the play, and he is pretty nifty, shifty, and full of pace on that left-hand side. That youth really does show in the legs as Casamu is going to take this from deep. Oh! Casamu, the center defensive midfield superstar for us, is going to show his offensive ability in the dying seconds of this game. The fans are stunned. I am stunned because that was an absolute screamer of a shot from Casamu. I figured, hey, he's got time and space. No one's going to be in front of him to get the auto block. Let's just take a shot, and he puts a no-spinner on target. The goalkeeper looks to be a little thrown off on that one. That is in the back of the net. And I bet you they kicked this, and that is the whistle. 3-0 to start things off in the domestic tournament, the Carabao Cup, as we get ready now to go play Middlesbrough for our first home match of the season. Job on the attack, looking to take on his defender. He's able to do so. We have to turn back. We find Washington. Back to Job, who can let it fly from deep, and that's a big save from the goalkeeper. Bryn is his name, and he's going to go ahead and clear that, but only as far as Wolfenden. We've got Job back on the ball. We're going to find Poku down low, trying to get something going here with his nice fancy footwork. We find Washington. Oh, another big save from the goalkeeper. It should be at least 1-0 in this game, but the goalkeeper comes up big as Poku unable to win that ball in the air. Here in the 35th minute, looking to get something going. They are in the 18-yard box, but play it out. Looking for that perfect play here. We've got to be solid defensively. I got to switch to the right player. Thankfully, it goes wide for a goal kick. We got super lucky there. Sorensen is going to find Bellingham into Cassidy. Cassidy is going to get a little two-touch effort. Job, we know he can blast it, and Job Bellingham finds a way to get that into the back of the net as he soars into the corner here in front of the Terrier faithful at the Kirklees Stadium. Are absolutely loving it, and so do I. What an absolute rip from Job, and he's already proving to be quite the signee this season for us. Oh my goodness, what an absolute rocket from deep into the side netting. Goalkeeper without a chance in that one, and he makes it 1-0 here against Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough on the attack. They slow it up just a minute as they go to the wing. Down the wing, Sorensen plays some pretty stout defense as we send Poku down that right-hand side. He's got a ton of speed on him as that defender trying to come over. Nice move. Poku still taking on his defender. I see Karoma, one touch. He's going to score. All set up by Poku's run down that right-hand side. And what a beautiful run it was here in the 75th minute to put ourselves up 2-0 right before we bring on some substitutions. That might be the best run of this series so far. That replay is not going to do it justice. And some great ball movement. Poku into Washington. Washington, the loanee from Chelsea, works it over to Karoma. And Karoma does the rest, slotting that into the back of the net. And the Terrier faithful here at home go wild as 3 points are surely in play. Something going, and that's a big play by Sorensen to keep this in the attacking third as Poku taking on his defender again, looking to cook him. Ooh, nice move. We're going to work that into Talbot. He is a lefty. Back to Casamu. We're going to find Job. Job to Casamu. Casamu back to Job. He's got some time and space, and Job lets it fly yet again. You never know with him, and that is going to be 3 points yet again here. 2 games, 2 wins in the league, as well as a Carabao Cup victory. Let's go ahead, take a look at the standings and the upcoming schedule as we get ready to close out this episode. And here we are, guys, taking a look at the standings, and it is a familiar foe who's actually on top and is our first game in the next episode, and that is Birmingham City. Currently on top, we are tied with them 6 points apiece, both on 2 wins. Everyone else either has a win, draw, or loss on their schedule this year so far, as it is a log jam from 3rd all the way to 8th, with QPR, West Brom, Bournemouth, Millwall, Blackburn Rovers, Watford, and then Cardiff there in 9th. And then former Premier League squad Ipswich and Southampton are a little bit further down the table. Looking currently at the relegation right now, we've got Sheffield United, Sunderland, and Derby County, all with negative goal differentials. But I know it's only a few games into the season, only 2 so far, but a big matchup coming up against Birmingham City. Taking a look as well in terms of the calendar. Next episode, we do have our game starting off against Birmingham, as mentioned before. We then have another Carabao Cup match against Preston North End. Not too sure if they're in League 1 or League 2 at the moment. And then we actually end off the episode against a former Premier League team, Bournemouth, to close out the month of August as we get into the transfer deadline day, which will close out next episode. And we will be potentially making a look to upgrading one of our positions. I will leave that up to you guys in which you want to see upgraded. And September so far looks to be a pretty light month with an international break possibly baked in there. I've got Oxford United, Sheffield United, and Bolton as well, and I'm sure there'll be a cup tie in there once we proceed through in the Carabao Cup. Rest of the season looking to be a fun one as well, as it is a grind to try to get back to the Premier League. But if you guys did enjoy this episode, be sure to drop a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel. But that's going to be it for this one, and we will go ahead and catch you guys in the next episode.